Mixed Martial Arts Community by Alex Minnesota of English Composition 2. For the audience, you are a group of people who live in a dangerous area and that are concerned with their personal security. Why should you learn self-defense? The world's not perfect. You can't rely on police to be there in time. The average police response time is 10 to 15 minutes, whereas most violent crimes take place in under a minute. The police are not legally responsible for your well-being. You alone are responsible for your safety. Self-defense training helps to develop your confidence in how to function more effectively under fear and gives you a better awareness. On the side of women, 78 women are raped per hour, and those who resisted with forceful physical resistance reduced the chance of the rape being complete from 93% to 45%. Some people believe bad things only happen to bad people. This is simply not true. People will take advantage of those who look weak, and it is important not to think that bad things can never happen to me or to you. An example of this would be a game called the Knockout game. It's popular in mostly big cities like New Jersey, Boston, and New York. It is a game where teenagers pick someone at random, and the goal of the game is to knock the person out with one hit. Here is a video showing the horrors of this game and the consequences.
3 teenagers are under arrest accused of beating a homeless man in Hoboken to his death.
And police believe the teens were playing a sick game.
Knockout is a game that a lot of our teenagers play, just where they dare one of the guys to just randomly choose anybody walking down the street.
Investigators say the teens, all from Jersey City, seen here on surveillance video shortly after the assault, were allegedly playing Knockout.
Oh, damn! My man got slammed. James, the one-hitter quitter.
It's called a one-hitter quitter. You try to hit with one swing and knock them completely out.
What is Knockout?
The game Knockout is like when people board it, like they try to see where their hands goes at, and whoever come walking down the block or something, they just knock them out.
You just knock them out, you hit them with a blow, and you take their belongings.
Knockout is like when you just punch somebody and they go to sleep when you hit them.
What you are about to see is a violent, deliberate, startling attack. Watch. Lying with his face on the curb on Tito Way is 50-year-old Kappa teacher James Adelsberger, walking away from the attack, seeming to joke and celebrate our 5 teenagers.
What's the point?
Like, for the fun of it, like for little kids to run around, hit people, and knock them out. Even though they shouldn't be doing it, but people do it.
You can see the teacher was walking, briefcase in hand, and with no fear as he moves toward the group of boys. Watch as one of them crosses in front of the others and violently attacks Adelsberger. He falls to the ground, slamming his head on the curb, unable to even use his hands to catch his fall.
And they hit them.
Why?
Because they think it's funny. They think it's funny, like... They think it's amusing. That's what they think.
It's just more like picking a target that is alone, defenseless. They just go, boom, when it's the right time and the right place.
It's not anger, it's...
Nah. It's just something when people bored, like. It just sounds like you just can't be around the wrong crowd, because the wrong crowd, they'll gas them up to do it. They just want to see if you got enough strength to knock somebody out.
It could be anybody. It could be a mother with her children. It could be a guy. I know one time they got the UPS guy.
Well, what's the point? I mean, really, is it just a macho thing of kids?
It's a macho thing.
As you can see from the video, physical harm can happen to anyone, especially those not expecting it. I'm not saying if you learn self-defense you'll be able to defend from a large group of people, especially those that are armed. But in the case of the Knockout game, knowing self-defense can help with your situational awareness and confidence. In the video you can see they typically target those who look weak. They are not looking for a fair fight and will typically avoid someone who tries to put up a fight. Who can learn self-defense? To answer that question, anyone can. There's a common misconception that martial arts techniques are choreographed and take years to master and are therefore useless to the average person. In addition to that, there's a widespread belief that martial arts is geared towards men and that women are less able to perform many of the techniques due to strength limitations. While most martial arts were created for men, physical strength is not the most important factor. During violent encounters, rather, speed, flexibility, and determination are more critical components in determining outcome. Strength helps, but is not the most important element of training for self-protection. Furthermore, people of any age can learn self-defense. Studies with children showed that not only can martial arts improve their physical well-being, but it can also improve their self-control, discipline, and self-esteem. In addition, studies with the elderly have shown that martial arts can improve their general well-being and their feeling of self-worth. Throughout the semester, I observed the Mixed Martial Arts Club at UCF. Before I went to the first meeting, I had a preconceived notion about the community already. I thought I would see people that were mean and aggressive and that joined the community because they like to fight people. However, I was pleasantly surprised to find a diverse group of guys and girls at the club, most of which were helpful. People were there for a variety of reasons, from wanting to learn self-defense to a desire to compete in cage matches to even just wanting to do MMA as a way to get in shape. The instructor/club president, Joey, was very skilled in mixed martial arts and emphasized techniques that were made for self-defense. The 3-hour meeting started with a bit of cardio as a warm-up, then went into stretching. The club takes the physical well-being of the members very seriously, and they have a risk management officer at each meeting who has CPR and first aid training. After warming up, the club goes into drills, which typically involve countering an aggressive move, gaining control, and then taking down your opponent. These drills are full contact, which is important because members can develop the strength and get a better grasp of the movements. In addition, they can see how the takedowns feel and not be scared to get hit. After the drills, club members are able to freely use the mats to spar and practice whatever they feel like they need to work on. Throughout my research, I developed the criteria from my journal articles in order to critique and evaluate mixed martial arts as an effective form of self-defense. Although mixed martial arts was not perfect in every regard, I found it a great means of learning self-defense. From what I observed, I found mixed martial arts to be a mix between traditional martial arts and a modern self-defense course. Based on a study by Jan Harasimowicz, your typical martial arts course does not have a broad enough range to fully prepare a man for a fair, dynamic combat situation. Furthermore, I believe mixed martial arts is better than your modern self-defense course because typically self-defense courses are usually only 3 to 6 months long. This leads to people thinking self-defense is a one-and-done approach. However, self-defense is a continuous and purposeful effort to keep oneself safe. Mixed martial arts is not a one-and-done program, but a whole community geared towards learning how to defend oneself and be safe.